appealing to the career of the individual contributor. The only promotion available was to become a team leader. Mary happily took the promotion and the associated pay raise. Mary had the sudden responsibility of doing work not with, but by leading other people. She found herself doing things she had always thought of as overhead. Meanwhile, she was responsible for people doing the work she used to do. The transition was a shock to the very way Mary thought. She had to relearn how she would get meaning from her work in this new role. Nomination accepted. This situation happens more often than the bestowal of formal titles of leadership. There are significant issues that cut across normal boundaries in which no official leader is clearly responsible. A combination of forces happens whereby A. Someone has the skill to handle it, B. That someone has little tolerance for the current situation, and C. The group urges that someone to take the lead. This person may be an individual with no title, but suddenly is leading. This was actually how I became a leader. I went to college to become great at software development. Within 6 months in my first job, I found myself doing very little development because I was organizing and leading multiple teams that cut across organizational boundaries. I was nominated, and I accepted. Within a few months, I was given the title of manager. It did take me some time before I noticed the real implications of leading people. Business owner. Many leaders become leaders because they had a good idea and started a business around that idea. Simon is typical of many business owners. He had a great technical idea and started a business around the idea as a business of one, just himself. However, he soon found that his idea needed other people. Although it took a few years, Simon found himself responsible for an organization of over 300 people and growing. Many business owners did not realize when they began their business journeys that they would be leading so many people. A desire for a title. This category represents just a small percentage of all the leaders I've worked with. However, some people really want the prestige of the title that is associated with leadership. They have often received business-specific college degrees and are hungry to be part of making significant business decisions. They reach for and achieve their desire to have the title of manager. They find much of what they expected, such as the joy of looking at the returns on significant investments they made in the course of leading their organizations. However, they are often surprised to find that there is a world of people problems that comes with leadership. They were not prepared. The expert becomes leader. This happens frequently in the field of high technology development. The expert has been focused on a very specialized field of the technology. Everyone begins to look to the expert for guidance on anything to do with that technology. Soon, the expert finds himself leading a group of people who follow him easily based on the vast knowledge he possesses. The expert is able to do his own work and guide others in theirs. The rest of the team is often essentially a pair of hands for the expert's deep understanding and vision of where the technology, and thus the team, need to go. The trouble begins for the expert when a new technology replaces his area of expertise. This will eventually happen. Now, the expert has been typecast as a leader, but is a novice at this new technology. He is no longer the expert, but still the leader, and not prepared. Dynastic transition. This is often true in family-run organizations. The daughter or son has worked in the organization for years, and now the parents step out, and suddenly the heir is in charge. For example, a friend of mine worked in his parents' company and knew that he always would. He went to college to learn about the business, then came back and was his father's go-to person for any special tasks. He worked in many areas, even on the manufacturing line when the work was so intense that his hands would help meet deadlines.